I'm Joni Patten, the mother of Justin, the director. And
I'm Doug Patten, and we're not only the parents of the director, but we've also stepped up to be producers and supporters of Land of Smiles. I think his experience in doing student ministry in Thailand left an indelible mark on him as he got exposed to parts of the world and behaviors that he never imagined possible. Since he's been back, I think this has been a burden on him, and this creating this story, being able to use this as a thesis film for him is sort of it's a coming together of years of thinking for him.
he's very talented. He's always been a good writer. Even from a young age, he write well and write good stories. And he's had a passion for this area for a long time.
He's always had a great imagination and was able to create a story where no story existed, basically. But I think what's really gratifying now is to see him develop into someone who can apply some discipline to that, because this isn't something that just free-form thinking and free-form imagination will get the job done. It's been very, very gratifying watching him develop into someone who can put the structure in place, develop the story, create the scenarios that tell the story, and get the job done right.
The sex trade is worldwide. I think Atlanta's one of the #1 places in the United States. So, and I know overseas it's very common. American men go over there all the time to find young girls, and I think it's despicable. And I'm just really excited that Justin is doing something that will bring a light to that.
There's almost no words to describe it, which is why this film is such an important project, to be able to put words and images in place that will help people understand really the horror of the situation and the extent to which some people are willing to go to try and do one thing to help one person.
The cast and the crew are great for Land of Smiles. The caliber of the actors is very good. Just the kindness. Everybody's really nice to each other, and everybody works well together. The team that he put together didn't know each other before, but they seem to have just really immediately bonded and are able to work well together. And it just proves to me that Justin has a really good sense of people and what he wanted for his film.
When you stop and think about the amount of work that's going into something which is just a few minutes long in its final state, for people like us who ordinarily are not part of this industry, that's been impressive to me to realize how much work people are willing to do for just those few seconds on a scene, to do it over and over and over again to get it right, and to make sure that it tells the story as best it can be. To me, that's impressive, and I think that the whole team has taken it all seriously. I think they share the passion to an extent that Justin has conveyed in the story, and I think that's made it easier for them to buy it.
When he moved to California, we hoped he would go to film school, and even though it took him a year, we were glad that he did it. I think it's a good thing, and I think he's going to do well.
It would be easy to characterize his change of major from media to philosophy with an emphasis in religious studies that was a diversion, but I think it was just part of his preparation to do this. And it's even spending 3 years living in a housing project in South Georgia, working part-time at Chick-fil-A, was part of preparing him for being able to tell story. I don't think Justin will ever be interested in making films just simply for the sake of having a job. I think he wants to make films that make a difference, and this is certainly a step in that direction. And
I would love to see this film in a fully feature, but I do feel like if it gets out there for anyone to see, it's going to touch people, and they're going to want to do something to change things. If they have any heart at all, they would want to make the world better, and the saying, each one reach one, so that even if you can't do a big thing, you can do something, and just bring a light to such a dark, dark subject.
I think it's going to be a great opportunity for people in just a few moments of time to get a glimpse at a very sordid side of life, but also a very heroic story, a redemption story of sorts that creates for us all a very vivid example of how one person doing one thing can make a difference in one life. I think that Land of Smiles as a film may one day be not just a thesis project, but could be something that we might see in full-length feature. Because really, the only reason we're here is he's my son, and he's crazy, and he called and he asked for money. And then he asked for more money. What is this with the more money thing? It's like, will it ever end? I don't know. I don't know.
But we love you, Justin.
That's perfect.